The unsung hero love strategy. Holding a strong frame is a very, very valuable skill, perhaps the most valuable skill. We can consider two different types of people who have strong frames. On one side, you've got cult leaders, self-help gurus, and politicians. Guys that have kind of squishy ideas, but massive frames. Frames compelling enough to attract tons of followers. This would be an instinctive, old-school, dominant frame. But then there are the other guys. Guys that have equally strong or even stronger frames. But not frames around squishy ideas that attract squishy-minded people. Frames around very, very important ideas that are generally shunned by most people. Take Alfred Wegener, for example. Don't know the name? Guys like him have the strongest frames on earth. Why so? Cult leaders and self-help gurus tend to have very self-sustaining frames. They are good at speaking about random ideas. The more people show up, the stronger their frame gets, held up by things like social proof and commitment and consistency. It's very easy to hold this strong frame, as it essentially runs itself. But guys like Wegener, they've got ideas that get them essentially rejected by everybody. It's easy holding a strong frame when you're up on top. But very, very few people can hold a frame only by your beliefs. Wegener is the guy who formulated the theory of plate tectonics, or continental drift as he called it. But when he came up with the idea, everybody thought he was a nut job. It took 50 years for that idea to get accepted. Most dudes would crumble under pressure. Most dudes would fall in line to the wisdom of the social hierarchy. If it weren't for guys like Wegener, advances in science would not be possible. New ideas in science are never accepted right away. Copernicus, one of the guys who postulated the theory that the Earth actually revolves around the sun, waited until after he died before letting his ideas be published, because he knew he'd be killed otherwise. Guys that believe in themselves despite being shunned by everybody are the secret heroes of society, the people without which we'd still be living in the dark ages. And these people have a certain kind of energy around them, an energy that says they aren't concerned with things like status or validation. These types are much less concerned with the opinions of others. They are much more concerned with the ideas in their brains about where their lives are going. This makes them very attractive to the ladies. But the problem is very few ladies actually act on their attraction, which means you just need to do a little bit more work. But when you do, the floodgates of love will open wide. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/live-training.